Hi everyone, welcome back into Mud's Closet. This is a seed starting video, or actually a progress video. Some of these started the 9th of March, some the 11th of March, and today is March 31st. So we've got about 3 weeks under our belt. There's a lot going on. I'm going to back up just a little bit and show you that we just have a box fan that's attached to my shelf that is giving us some wind to strengthen the stems. And this tray that I'm starting with right here are tomatoes and peppers. And I did separate some of these out, so we had great germination rates. So some of these tomatoes, and I'll show you in a minute, got put into a new spot. Here we have some different types of basil. These are about 3 weeks old. They are amazing and looking lovely. In here we've got some purple basils, and the true leaves are really going to town there. This this whole first row here is a basil mix from Botanical Interest Seeds. There's 6 different types of basil in there. I'm delighted that this row here, this is chamomile, and I'm excited to have that growing. These 2 rows were something that didn't grow, so I just put some zinnia seeds in there yesterday. Here is our sage, and I'm delighted with how that's doing. The rest of the tray is Cherokee tomatoes that again I thinned down a bit, and some hot peppers. This tray is all parsley, and I'm delighted that that started. It takes parsley generally sometimes 2 weeks to start showing, and so I was delighted that those are coming up. A couple different kinds of parsley. One's a big leaf Italian and one's a single leaf. This is called a cardinal vine, and those are, you can see I've had to move those into pots, and I started those March 23rd. So those are going to town. I've grown these before and they really attracted the hummingbird, so I'm very excited about that. These are zinnias that are growing in this row. This, I can't remember what I put there. I'd have to look at my map, but it's not coming up, so I need to do something different. And this pot also not doing very well, but I've got some calendula, and down there is a nasturtium. But I really wanted the calendula, again, to use the blossoms for tea. In this tray, I didn't plant this row. I just planted this row with delphinium, and those are a perennial, and I'm pleased with what's coming up there. This has also been about 3 weeks. And these are some onions that are coming up. Those are going to go in a pot. I already have a pot that I've been putting outside. Here are some onions. Onions don't do well on seeds that are more than a year old, so those have been planted thick. Here is the tray of tomatoes that I moved from the trays up front or up top to put just one in each cell, and I was not very successful at that. I got 2 in some of them and even 3, but they've all got more room, and I'm delighted with how these look. When I completed yesterday, they were very droopy, as they are when you mess with the roots and put them in a new home. I put them in potting soil and a little perlite to make sure it was light enough, and they are all standing up. So these are beefsteak. These are delicious. So this is a hybrid. There are some Golden Jubilee back there. These are all Brandywines, and you can see they're a potato leaf variety, so that's a little bit different. And then in back there's a little square of 9 Cherokee tomatoes. So those are doing really well. I only have about half of this planted, and you can see there's some stuff coming up. These up front are Cosmos. Some thyme coming up. Those are doing well. And this is I can't remember what I put there, but those are coming up. And then I just started these. There's 4 pots. These are all different herbs: stevia, thyme, hyssop, and rosemary. And the rosemary, you're not supposed to bury the seed, but you can see some of the shells have cracked open right here. And so hopefully we'll get some rosemary. Rosemary has incredibly low germination rates anyway. So whatever I get from that will be great. And I don't have anything in this one yet, which doesn't make sense. I need to get something in there. But that's what's going on, and none of these have started. So I'm thrilled with how my tomatoes look. For the 3rd time I planted eggplant. We'll see what I get. And I had gotten a Galaxy tomato from Baker Creek, and I've had to plant that 3 times, and I have only 1 of those coming up. I've spoken with them. They've been very helpful. So that's what's going on. What's going on as you prep for your garden, or if you're someplace where you're actually outside starting, let me know how you're doing. Thanks, and have a great afternoon.